Good morning, everybody. We're going to get started here momentarily. What was that laugh?
Nothing.
All right. Good morning. I wanted to welcome everybody today to our groundbreaking news conference, and I wanted to thank everybody for coming here and supporting us today. My name is Corey Keller. I am the new president and CEO for Friends for Animals of Metro Detroit. We are here today because, as you could see around us, we have construction everywhere. We are celebrating a very momentous occasion today. We have broken ground on the Wright Animal Adoption and Education Center. This is a very exciting time for us. The expansion of our current center is not only going to help us save more lives, but it's also going to allow us to build even better programming and support our community in so many other ways. And we're ecstatic about this. We are also here today to not only speak on this dream that's finally coming to fruition, but to inform our supporters, our donors, and our community members about our challenges ahead. And you'll see that through the other speakers that we have today. Some of our biggest challenges right now as we battle uphill is the fact that we still need to raise $3.3 million. And that's a huge feat for an organization like this. In addition to that, one of our other challenges right now is that we have to be out of our Greenfield location by the end of the year. So we're essentially flying and building the airplane at the same time. And we have invited everybody here today because we need your support, we need your help, we need your resources, and we need to come together, not only just as friends, because we are friends for animals, but as family. And we need your help today, and this is why we've called this news conference. Like I said, as you'll see, we are facing real challenges, and I am going to invite Elaine Green, who is our Chief Operating Officer for Friends for Animals, to come up and make a few remarks.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I began my career with the Friends in 1996. 27 years ago, before all of you were born. We started with 2 other young women, a devoted board, and many volunteers, and we took on the task of taking over the Dearborn Animal Shelter and making it a better place for the animals. We knew pretty quickly that the shelter, as it was not enough for our growing staff, the services we wanted to provide to the community, and it was never good enough for the animals. So we adapted as best we could. We also began to dream and make plans for the future. At that time, we could not barely envision what we could do, how we could do it, or what we could become. Many of the changes in animal sheltering and the events over the years have challenged us. Remember 105 chihuahuas, the rat invasion, floods, a leaking roof, for example. But those challenges made us better, made us stronger, made us more determined, and we made it better for the animals. For me, I guess it's like having my baby grow up and be who they were meant to be and what I wanted for them. I appreciate everyone who's helped us along our journey and believed in what we were meant to be. I will be forever grateful for all of you who have supported us and supported this dream. Thank you, thank you, thank you for believing.
It's your turn, Elaine, don't worry. It's okay.
I'm not going to cry. Now, please let me introduce you to our biggest believer, the one who always supported us, made the dream in the biggest way, our board chair, Wright.
So, good morning, everybody. Now, Elaine said, she's been around for 25 years, And what you may not know is we brought Elaine out of retirement back in to fill the COO role when we were out looking for Corey. So this lady is not only resilient, but she is absolutely and has been the backbone of this organization, and we so appreciate everything that you've done, Elaine, so thank you. And you'll notice she still is COO, so we're not letting her retire just yet. So this organization was founded 30 years ago, so this is a big year for us. And this facility that we're in right now, the Adoption Center, is going to be celebrating its 5-year anniversary in September. So it is time to get everybody under one roof, because what you see here is the pretty parts. This is where all the hard work that these folks have done over in Greenfield for the animals that come in the door and they're injured, they're neglected, they have medical issues. They take care of those animals and get them ready so they can come over here and find new homes. And that is tough work, day in and day out. 2,500 times a year. And you know what? We save 100% of every one of those animals, of adoptable animals, and it doesn't matter how long it takes, because sometimes it takes a long time, a year, months, but we never give up on them. And we spend, on average, $900 an animal. So you think about this organization, and we're trying to raise millions of dollars for a new facility, and we're spending close to $1,000 per animal. But we'll get there. While we have to raise $3.3 million, you guys need to realize we've already raised $9.5 million, so we know how to do it. We just have to get it done, because we put this building up, and we're well on our way for phase 2, and we do need to get that done. While we're raising money for our new shelter, we're hitting a big gap in our operation budget. So we've got about a $500,000 gap that we have to fill just to keep the doors in all the operations. And so the board, and particularly the executive committee, is working really hard so that we can close that gap and continue to raise money. And we do that because of our just incredible donors and our supporters, who we had an opportunity to meet with several of them earlier this morning. I want to thank this team and volunteers, because everything we do is for you guys. You truly do the hero's work, and we really appreciate it. I want to thank the board and those that are in attendance with us today, the executive committee, who really has been working closely with Corey and making sure that everything stays on track and we continue to move forward. The city, Mr. Mayor, will have you up in a moment. The police chief, we really appreciate your partnership, and it's very much appreciated. You know, this organization is really scrappy. We fight every day for all of our animals and to take the best care that we can. And when you think about 2,500 animals that come through these doors, can you imagine every single day? That's what these guys do. And it's not pretty. And yet they never give up. They come to work every day. They take care of these animals. They make sure they have the best care they possibly can get until they can come to this adoption center where they have natural light, it smells good, they have places to move, and they have a lot more space until they can find their families. We have, and speaking of the journey, there's a little handsome boy sitting at one of our board members' feet. And if you look at him, he's got a lot of scars on him. So he had a really rough start to his life. And yet he is sweet, and he's now a member of Fred and Dennis's household, and I think that's your third one, right? That's number 3. But that's the journey. So Shadow came in on the other side over in Greenfield, which is a facility that we're going to leave, and I know I'm going too long, but this is important. So you just hang on. The Greenfield facility, which is not a nice place. People shouldn't be working in there, much less having animals. And he's a success story because of all the care that this team gave him until he was able to find his new home. This is why, even though I know in particular me, I always have my hand out for you guys, it's really important that we get everybody home and under one roof so that we're more efficient and we can do an even better job caring for these animals and get them into their new homes quickly. So with that, I'd like to turn it over to our friend, Mr. Mayor. Please come up, Mr. Mayor.
Good morning, everyone. It's great to see you all here. I see our Council President Pro Tem is here, Ms. Leslie Herrick. Honestly, there's so much to say about the Friends. You are strong friends and partners to not only the city of Dearborn, but really truly to your name, to the broader Metro Detroit area. And the work that the Friends does is something that's it's priceless. That's the truth. We're encouraged. Oh, I see Councilman Ken Pierce as well hiding in the back. Forgive me. I have to acknowledge my bosses, right? You know, when we talk about Scrappy, we've had some difficult conversations ourselves around the table, talking about how can we move and implement into phase 2, because the reality is more than just caring for the pets and the animals that come through these doors. We want to make sure that the employees and staff are also working in an area that is meaningful and of high quality to them. We've been bleeding in some of the older facilities, and we think that the dollars are far more well spent in such a modern facility that helps improve the efficiencies and improves the overall quality delivery that we have to all of our friends and families that walk through these doors each and every single day. And so I just wanted to stand here today and say that the city is committed to partnering with the Friends now and tomorrow. In any way that we can be of service or of help, we'll be there. And so we're calling on all of you to dig in deep into your pockets. I see Pat D'Ambrosio, who's one of the best at doing this. I just got a birthday invitation from Pat, and it was a Friends function, and so thank you, Pat. But honestly, that's what it takes. It takes a village, it takes a whole city, it takes a whole broader community for us to come together, uplift this facility that's been doing wonderful work, uplift the staff and the volunteers that have been doing phenomenal things in order to help move us forward. So thank you all so much, and thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. I really appreciate you being here today. I also want to acknowledge again Leslie Herrick and Ken Paris for also attending today. We really appreciate your guys' support. I also, again, wanted to thank Mary Ann and Elaine for making remarks today on behalf of Friends for Animals. Like everyone has said, we have an uphill battle right now. We have $3.3 million to still raise. We have to be out of the Greenfield location by the end of the year. And so we can still do this, and I'm optimistic that we can do this because we have all of your support. And we are calling this not only this news conference, but it's a call to action. We really need everybody's help today to be able to have a bright future tomorrow. So with that said, what are we going to do about it? We will be launching a capital campaign landing page on our website. And it's going to have all the information that everyone, every supporter, every friend is going to need to be able to know exactly where we're at in our progress, know exactly what types of naming opportunities or support that they can provide. In addition to that, we will also have brand new streamlined capital campaign brochures as well. So we're going to be taking this campaign very interactive, online, and very organic. So we have plans in place to be able to achieve the goals that we need to do. But like I said, and like Mary Ann has said, and the mayor, we need everybody's support. We need everybody to dig in deep with us and help us obtain this goal and just finish this facility and bring everybody under one roof.